electric co-ops. They're working hard to make sure that you can keep both the lights and power and the heat on in your homes. Our other major concern are road conditions. Right now, there's a lot of ice and wintry junk on the roads. As temperatures get colder, that will only turn to hard ice. Fortunately, there's not many cars on the road. That's a good thing. We want to keep it that way. If you're an NFL fan, Conference Championship Sunday, you can cheer on Drake May. If you're not, find that TV series that your friend recommended and maybe you can binge watch. But stay home, stay warm, stay off the roads. The state efforts are hard at work. The state emergency response team is in full force. The North Carolina Department of Transportation crews are busy plowing the roads and applying sand and salt to try to make them have greater traction. We've had 3 brief interstate closures. All of the interstates have now been reopened. The State Highway Patrol is busy clearing the roads. They have removed 339 abandoned cars. They have dealt with over 400 car crashes. Again, please stay off the roads. The North Carolina National Guard has deployed more than 100 force packages. That's groups of anywhere from 4 to a dozen National Guardsmen and women. They are around the state and they are partnering with local governments, providing whatever assistance is required. I want to thank our federal and local partners for their collaboration. Yesterday, I requested the White House grant an emergency declaration. The White House, President Trump, responded quickly last night. We've executed that agreement today, and I appreciate their quick response. Local governments are hard at work making sure that they, of course, they're the closest to their own constituents. They have opened up 50 warming stations across the state, 45 shelters. If you have any need for either warming station, shelter, or other human service, please reach out to your county emergency management, go to their website, check out their social media. As I said earlier, the big concerns remain what they were yesterday. It's power outages and it's road conditions. If your power goes out, make sure you know where your flashlights are. Keep your devices charged at full charge so that if the power goes out, you can have them last as long as possible. Keep your doors and windows closed to keep the warmth in. Wear layers, sleep with multiple blankets. Pay attention to your physical conditions. We don't want people getting frostbite. We do not want hypothermia. If you have loss of feeling or color in your fingers, if there's uncontrolled shivering or disorientation, you should call 911. Stay off the roads. Black ice is going to stick around for a few days. Every night this week, we're going to get below freezing. So whatever precipitation is on the ground is going to turn to ice overnight. Secondary roads in particular aren't going to get treated as quickly. There are just too many of them across the state. So understand that road conditions will remain dangerous into next week. If you have to drive much slower than normal, give much more distance than normal so that you have more time to respond. Do not make sharp turns or a sudden stop. Last thing is check on folks out there who you fear are vulnerable. This is the time for us all to be good neighbors. Think about somebody who just needs to know, you just need to know that they're doing okay. That's how we're going to get through this storm together. I appreciate you all. And at this point, I'll turn it over to Director Ray.
Thank you, Governor. Good morning, everyone. So we'll first start with a weather update. I think key takeaways as we move through today is a major winter storm is underway across much of North Carolina and will linger into early Monday morning. We still have a bit more of time before this storm and its impacts fully clear the state. A winter storm warning, ice storm warning, and winter weather advisory also remain in effect across much of North Carolina into Monday. Since last evening, we've seen snow, sleet, and freezing rain all being reported across North Carolina. And by sunrise today, at least 1/4 inch of ice accumulation had been reported across our southwest mountains. Areas of snow and sleet that remain across the mountains are forecast to change over to freezing rain this morning, with the greatest ice accumulation expected along the southwestern mountains and portions of our Blue Ridge Escarpment. Freezing rain across portions of eastern North Carolina is expected to change over to rain throughout the day today. While we may see some lulls in precipitation through the day for some locations of the state, a final round is expected to push across the state Sunday evening and overnight. The greatest impact Sunday will continue to be from ice accumulations, where 1/4 to 1/2 inch of elevated flat ice accrual remains possible across portions of the mountains, our foothills, and into the Piedmont. Dangerously cold temperatures are forecast through next week, with low temperatures dipping into the single digits to near zero Monday night and into the teens and 20s through the remainder of this week. As the governor said yesterday, the White House approved his request for an emergency declaration. This allows for direct federal assistance to support emergency response, life-saving support, should the state require that level of assistance. There are 55 county emergency operations center activated across the impacted area today, with 72 local states of emergency in place. The state emergency response team remains postured to support our local communities, both in commodity distribution or in supporting local public safety response. As the governor said, in addition to the work that the power companies have done, we have base camps across the state for Duke Energy to surge restoration crews into impacted areas, along with mutual aid crews from both our electric co-ops and our partners in the electricities. To reinforce some personal preparedness information, as the governor stated, many communities across the state have opened shelters and warming centers for those who cannot stay at home. You can find that updated information, what's available in your community, by visiting your local government or local emergency management website and social media feeds. Additionally, for winter storm information and important links, please visit readync.gov/winterstorm2026. And finally, as a reminder, roadway conditions have deteriorated since last night. They will continue throughout the day today and into the evening. The safest thing remains to stay at home and let our first responders, the State Highway Patrol, and the NCDOT the ability to work safely. Thank you, Governor.
Secretary Johnson.
Thank you, Governor. Director Ray. Yes, I want to reiterate, we appreciate everybody's cooperation. It was great to come into the State Transportation Operations Center this morning and see almost no cars on the road other than plows and other DOT equipment they're working to clear the road and spread salt and sand across the state. This is a widespread storm with many roads have been impacted and are dangerous to travel on. We've got 2,500 employees working in storm response right now. They've already spread 32,000 tons of salt. I'm sure that number's changed since I walked in here, and will continue to grow throughout the day. They've also already put in additional 800,000 gallons of brine on the roads. We've got 1,300 trucks in operation, along with almost 1,000 contractors. So we're working hard to treat. Today we focus largely on interstates and major U.S. routes and 4-lane highways. The secondary routes will take some time. With lingering cold temperatures, it may be days before some of those secondary routes become passable. So I encourage everybody to use extreme caution before they venture out. And also check driveandc.com for the latest road conditions. The ferries, most of the ferries are operational. None of them are impacted by storm. There were some closures this morning due to fog. All rail travel has been canceled. Again, we encourage people to stay at home, stay off the roads, and allow our folks to do their best that they can to clear these interstates and other roads.
Thank you, Secretary.